What is going on, guys? Thanks for hanging out and talking some crypto with me. You guys are basically all I got whenever it comes to that, so I do really appreciate it. Let's see how blockchain technology can actually earn you interest on your savings, right? So this project that we're going to talk about tonight, I mean, most people that watch the channel, they know about CCX at least somewhat. Conceal Network, I've been mining them for a long time, and we've been mining them for a long time, and they're just a solid project that I definitely keep my eye on a lot. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about how you can have your crypto actually earn interest by cold staking and things like that. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. And then if you stick around until the end, I'm going to show you how you might be able to win 200 CCX playing a little game. I don't know how people scored as high as they did. I played the game earlier, but I'll show you guys that at the end. So keep in mind that none of this is financial advice, and it's definitely not sponsored. Some people, think that I'm like shilling CCX or whatever. I'm not. I just like CCX. I followed them for a long time. I like the team. I like the developers, and that's about it. I'm not sponsored by them in any way whatsoever. And that was not like one of those weird, what's that called? Like, golly, I'm forgetting my train of thought here. Emotion, not a human emotion, but what am I trying to say? Like a gesture whenever I scratch my nose. That's not me lying or anything. All right, so I'm not sponsored by CCX in any way. It's just one of those projects that I followed for a long time, and we've been mining them for a long time, and that's it. I'm not shilling. I'm just talking about in this stream. I'm going to talk about an interesting aspect of their project that I find a little bit captivating. It's kind of cool because it's an interest earning aspect and things like that. I've talked about this before on the stream quite a few times, but I figure we would revisit it because I did a poll yesterday and asked basically my Twitter followers whether or not we should talk about the Bitcoin halving or CCX staking, right? And CCX staking was really close. It was like 40%, and Bitcoin halving was 55% or something like that of the poll. So I figured I would throw it out there and just do a CCX staking video. So that's basically where we're at. We've been mining CCX for over a year now, and but remember that this is also not stake mining advice either, right? This is just, we have been mining it on the shared rigs for over a year now. It doesn't mean that you should be mining it because, you can look at the profitability and find out whether or not you should or not. It's at this point, and at least for about a year, it's basically been a favor to mine them because it hasn't been profitable at residential electric costs or at electric costs where I'm at. Where I'm at, it is 10.3 cents per kilowatt hour, which puts me into the bracket of, the project has to be doing really well in order for me to be profitable. So that applies to Ethereum. That applies to pretty much any aspect or any project out there. I'm just at that national average. A little bit less than national. Actually, the national average I think is 10, so a little bit over the national average. So it puts me in a tight spot, right? There's not too much that's going to be profitable, and CCX is like a future play. It's like a spec play. It's not something that we are trading in every month to pay for electric because it doesn't even cover the electric cost. So that's kind of where we're at with this. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling a little bit, but let me check the chat real quick, see who all's in here. What's up, Dan the Dane, Shuby, Crypto Mining Lifer? What is going on? Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. Travis, Batman, Unknown Crypto, what is going on? think that's everybody. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it so much. Let's talk a little bit about Conceal and what they are all about. If you have followed my channel at all, you know that I'm a big supporter of CCX, specifically privacy coins. CCX just happens to be one of those. And Conceal is an open source, community-driven, decentralized, privacy-focused blockchain bank that uses deposits that pay interest rates on coins you cold stake without involving a third party, such as those, corrupt and unethical financial institutions we are all too familiar with, right? The banking sector there. It's whenever I think this was like a year. Let's see, it was sometime in late 2018 where I was doing all these. I was doing the random coin mining show, and we were doing a different coin every night for a long time. We did a random coin every night, and I think I had seen CCX before they actually landed, before they were selected for our random coin mining show, and so I was really excited whenever they popped on the random, and I was like, oh wow, we're gonna get to cover this, and I've just kind of been into them ever since. Something caught my eye, something caught my attention, and I just kind of stuck with it, and it's kind of where we're at, today. Solid project, solid developers, really active and all that stuff, and I think it's good. I don't know. You tell me what you think about CCX. They basically have three main focus areas: transaction privacy, interest earning cold staking, and encrypted messaging. In the crypto communities, many people can see the demise of cash or fiat currency, right? It's a typical topic, how much better crypto is than cash, right? I mean, we all have experienced that in our little circles, right? But what is the one thing that cash has above most cryptocurrencies? If you think of what is the benefit of cash actually over a crypto? And you might be thinking, if you're brand new to the space, or if you're relatively new to the space, you might be thinking nothing. But that wouldn't be true, because cash is actually more private than crypto, especially the first cryptos like Bitcoin and Litecoin. There's no privacy, right? Your transaction, your address, and your transaction ID and all that stuff is visible on the blockchain, right? So chain analysis folks can actually figure out who sent what value, what amount of Bitcoin to who, and that's how these bots on Twitter work and all that stuff, to track all these whales and transactions and all that stuff. So, if you compare it to cash is pretty much anonymous. If you want to do something really shady, you would use cash. And I'm not saying that is directly applicable to like a privacy coin like CCX. I'm just saying that if you want privacy, you wouldn't use Bitcoin, right? That's not what it's for. Maybe initially it was kind of for that. There was the peer-to-peer digital cash system, and I get all that. But there has been lots of developments on analyzing those transactions and figuring out who they actually belong to. So, it's one of those things where it's kind of like, I don't know how to say it, but it's probably just outgrown. It's grown into something else. Bitcoin has. And there are other projects like CCX, like Monero, like all these other privacy coins, Swap, Rio, all of them, that actually do adhere to a privacy model, right? And Conceal is one of them, and it's important. I think that privacy is going to ultimately be really important with regards to financial privacy. You got to think about, do credit cards have any privacy? Not at all, right? Do Amazon purchases have privacy? Not at all. Amazon knows more about what you're likely to buy next than you do. And that's crazy because of algorithms and how things work. they can actually predict what you're going to buy and when, and that's why they can actually deliver that to you in such a short amount of time. You know, if you're in the U.S., it's crazy how fast you can get some shipments because they're expecting it, right? Or at least in some degree they are expecting it. So what's better than that? You know, I think that financial privacy is going to be increasingly important, like I said before, as we get closer to completely digital finances. We're almost there. You know, there's a very large portion of the circulating supply of cash that isn't really cash, right? There's not like a physical dollar for all the money that's out there, which is crazy. You know, there's nothing. We're so close to a completely digital currency environment that it's crazy to even think about. Conceal uses lots of the core CryptoNote protocol features. It uses ring signatures and one-time addresses, all that type of stuff for the CryptoNote algorithm to actually stay private. And the transactions can't be linked between the sender and the receiver. You know, it's completely private. There's a lot of benefits to that, and that's just a real quick kind of overview of what CCX is all about. Let's look at what to mine to see. Actually, let's see here. What to mine, Conceal, and see where they're at as far as profitability and whatnot real quick. So the block times are 2 minutes roughly. I think it adjusts. I want to say that they have an adjustment that occurs every block. It's not like Bitcoin where it's every 2016 blocks. It looks like their block reward has gone up. They have an increasing, at least at first, they have an increasing block reward, which kind of plays into a weird dynamic with the block rewards or with the inflation, because it actually increases for a while. So you're seeing a 10.5 CCX block reward right now. It's going to, I think it goes up to 20 and then it will decrease over time, I think is the way that works. We can kind of check that out later. If I remember right, that's the way that works. 10.5 block reward, CCX block reward. Yeah, and their market cap. Okay, so, you know, a lot of people probably, if you're kind of new here, you know, you probably haven't even heard of CCX. They are an extremely small market cap coin. 320,000 for a project is very small. That is micro cap, right? Now, whenever they were at their all-time high of 86 cents or 84 cents, depending on which exchange you're looking at, they were over 3 million market cap, which is pretty solid. I mean, it's respectable. But they have since just kind of just gone down, you know, and it's a market thing, it's overall market thing, it's sentiment, it's all those different factors. But 320,000 is really low, really low. You know, hopefully they can. They're constantly developing. That's what I love about the team. They're constantly developing. They're constantly coming out with new features, and every year they do a consensus. So they figure out, you know, they go to the community and figure out what the community wants, and kind of implement those features throughout the year. And I mean, clearly for them to go on a real crazy run up to like an all-time high type situation, you'd probably have to have a pretty good run of Bitcoin as well. You know, just overall crypto community. You would have to have the overall market cap of the overall crypto community to increase in order for you to see a lot of action here, unless they just come out with something phenomenal, right? That everybody is like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever. You know, it would take a lot, but they are a micro cap, and just keep that in mind. You know, again, let me reiterate, this is not financial advice. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. This is just me yapping about something that I'm interested in. So, yeah, so let's look at CoinGecko real quick for Conceal. They are at 4 cents, I think. Actually, they're almost up to 5 cents again, which is good. Their all-time high was 84 cents, 86 cents, somewhere around in that range, and that was last year around July 30th or something like that. July, August timeframe. They were just killing it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was some type of manipulation by whales. I don't know. I do not know. But I know that they increased drastically, like real quick, and then just over time, you can see if we do a max here. Let's do a max. You can see what happened. So they went all the way up to 84 cents on here, but I think it was 86 cents on some exchanges. And then just over time, they've just kind of gone down, right? But I think right before this was whenever the Bitcoin pump happened from the plus token scam and all that stuff that happened whenever Bitcoin went to 14,000. I think that it was before this, so around in this range. And then you had, a pump of privacy coins after that. I would imagine, I think there were also some other privacy coins that experienced this as well. Rio, I don't know what they went to. I don't know. Swap, I think that Swap was maybe earlier. There was a good little pump on Swap. So, again, with these small market cap, micro cap coins, it's really hard to determine exactly what's going to happen and when in the market. I mean, it's so volatile that it's insane, right? I mean, it's kind of crazy how volatile it is. But if you believe in the team like I do, if you believe in the project and you like the features that they offer, then you can kind of stick by their side, I guess. So that's kind of what I'm up to. All right, so let's look at some DeFi cold staking with the. I think I passed. Let's see here. Let me check my notes here. Make sure I'm on track here. That, okay. Let me check the chat real quick, see what you guys are up to. All right, y'all are just chatting it up. Okay, that's cool. I will press on. Okay, so what I wanted to cover, I know we only have about 10 minutes left here before Brandon Coin goes live. What I wanted to kind of cover was the wallet, and I have these shared rigs that we've been mining CCX for more than a year now, and this rig's giving me some trouble. I got to figure out what's going on with it, but it's been offline for a while. But you can see that there are 2 rigs, 16 GPUs that we've got dedicated to CCX for more than a year, and those 2, they each mine to their own wallet. And then what we do is each month we review what's going on, what's happened with the mining and the profitability and all that stuff, and then we send those coins to a combined wallet. And this is the combined wallet. So you can see here that there's currently 4,285 CCX. If you look at the spreadsheet for how much needs to be distributed for electric costs, then it consumes all of this. But I figured that for the sake of, I don't know, a little bit of generosity, I guess, and then also just being able to show it on the live stream with what we're doing, I figured I would maybe stake some more, maybe half of this for like a month or something like that, just to show you guys what we're talking about, how you can earn interest on your crypto. And also, there you can see right here that there's actually 342 CCX that are in a withdrawable state, which means that we staked them at some point, and probably for a year or 9 months or something like that, and then now they're available for withdrawal. So we're going to do that first. So let's go ahead and go. I think you have to go to banking, and then you can see over here unlocked 329, is that right? Is that the same as, nope, it's 342. So I don't know, let's see here. Is there somewhere on here where it shows, see, I don't see that number, right? The number of, I don't see 342 anywhere. So I wonder why it's like that. You would think that you would see it over here. Maybe, oh, you know what? It's probably the interest. Okay, so the interest is 329 or 342 minus 329, I guess, would be the interest on the crypto that we locked up. Maybe that's what that means. Anyway, so I'm going to click withdraw here and get that out of the withdrawable state. You can see that right here. It says pending, and then it throws the whole wallet into chaos, right? Because you can see right here the available just disappeared, right? And then you got some pending, and this happens. This is like a CryptoNote not a feature, but one of the things that happens with privacy coins. I don't know how to describe it from a technical standpoint, but it just does happen. So we're probably gonna have to wait on this, which is unfortunate because I was hoping to get through all this in one stream here, but I think that we'll probably just have to wait for a little bit. Let me see if we can go to banking, and let's see if we can stake, or if we can put in 1,000. See if it'll let us. I don't think it will because it doesn't show up in the wallet right now. And we're gonna go for 1 month. We're gonna try to go for 1 month, and the interest rate is 0.2417. So the rewards on that 1,000 CCX for 1 month is going to be 2.4 CCX. I mean, we're talking micro amounts right here, guys. This is like not a lot at all. You know, you would need to get up into the 20,000, 30,000 CCX range in order for probably for you to feel it a little bit, right? So this is really a low amount. I'm gonna try to do a make deposit here and see if it happens. I don't know if it will or not. Let's see here. No, please note that once funds are locked in a deposit, you will not have access until maturity. Are you sure you want to proceed? Yes. All right, so they did come back. It looks like we did lock it for 1 month. You saw that interest that we're going to gain on that 1 month staking, and this was just to kind of demonstrate what's going to happen here. If we go to the compound interest calculator, this is basically their deposits 3.0 feature here, and you can see we did 1 month 1,000 CCX is all we did. So I don't know what the percentage was, but it was pretty low, 0.214, right, or something like that. Maybe it was 0.24. I don't know. Maybe it's based. It looks like it's based on month, so it probably was 0.24%. So we only did 1,000, so it was under 10,000. And you know, to get the higher interest rates, obviously you would need to stake more. And the way this works is it's a hash time lock contract, and that's what they use to stake. That's the method that they use to manage the staking. So you basically lock up your coins on the blockchain for, you know, whatever the amount of time is that you designate. In our example, we used 1 month, 1,000 coins for 1 month, and at the end of that 1 month, you know, they'll be available to withdraw. You go in there like we did at the very beginning there, or not at the beginning, but just a few minutes ago, and you click withdraw, and it'll pull them out and put them into your wallet, your balance, right? So that's basically what happened. And now we are locking up another 1,000, and we're gaining 2.4 on that 1,000 that we're locking up for 1 month. I mean, it's not a lot right now, right? But if, you know, it's more interest than you would earn in a CD or in a savings account or what have you, right? At least right now, that's the way it is. So I don't know, pretty good little feature there. Again, this is in CCX. This is not like a USD value or anything like that. So it's, you know, your actual value of interest is going to be determined by the value of CCX. And right now it's at less than 5 cents per CCX. So, you know, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to tell you, but it's a cool feature. I think it's really neat. I've talked about this before, where, you know, if you look at Hex, right? Hex is a ERC20 token. Can't remember his name now. Richard Hart. He has Hex, and he touts it as being the first high interest blockchain CD, right? And CCX has been around since 2018. So no, it's actually not the first blockchain CD. It might be the first well-known blockchain CD, but it's not the first one. I consider CCX as probably one of the first, right? I think there were others that tried something similar, but CCX is kind of like a long-term. They've been around a while. They have been doing this a while. They're familiar with the financial markets and all that stuff. So I would consider CCX as probably the first high-interest blockchain CD. My opinion. That's the way my opinion goes. So let me check the chat, see what you guys are up to, and then we will get on out of here. Yeah, smash that like. You guys know all that. Let's see here. What's up, Nemesis? Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. Let's check and see if Brandon Coin's going live here. Looks like he's doing a premiere Better Hash Crypto Mining Guide 2020. So I'll post that in the chat over there. Yeah, so in a month, we'll be able to come in here and we'll see 1,000 CCX plus our interest, right? Because it goes ahead and throws that on there. You saw that we only staked 1,000, right? But we're going to be able to withdraw 1,002. So after a month, we'll see 1,002.416 right here, and we'll be able to go into banking and then withdraw, and we'll be good to go. So once you head over to Brandon Coin, make sure you do a Savage raid. Let him know you came from over here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Raven Knight as well there, Dan the Dane. That should be really cool. That's coming up May 6th. So that would be Wednesday, right? Wednesday at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So Eastern Time, 2 o'clock on Wednesday, and I should be live streaming. I'm going to try to live stream it, and then Dan the Dane has offered to do a little bit of a Raven Coin giveaway. Maybe I'll throw some in there too, and we can do something. We're going to do like a little contest to see who can determine or who can predict the ending hash rate of Raven Coin after the fork. Right, so we should see it really quickly because the devs are putting into it. The last fork to X16R v2, it took about 32 minutes before that first block was written to the blockchain after the fork, because the difficulty came down and the hash rate came down so fast that it was like, whoa, what's going on my blockchain? I need to fix this. So the way that it fixed it, to average it out, it made that next block take 32 minutes. And apparently this time in the code for the fork, the devs have actually made it to where they are coding in a mandatory difficulty adjustment so that hopefully it can kind of counteract that and get some blocks flowing a little bit quicker than last time. So hopefully we'll see within a few minutes. I say maybe we should go with like maybe 20 blocks or something like that, 20 minutes. Before we can determine like who was closer to guessing the hash rate after the fork. I think that's going to be a cool little competition for the Raven Coin fork to Cawpow. So that should be really super interesting. I think that's going to be cool. And thanks to Dan the Dane for offering up that suggestion and the donation of Raven for the competition. I think it'll be cool. We'll do something like maybe 1,000 Raven or something. It'll be worth it, you know, playing along and then getting in there and trying to guess what the hash rate's going to be. I actually guessed pretty close to what it was going to be last time on X16 whenever they forked to X16R v2. I was pretty close. I was within 1,000 terahash I think, right? Something like that. So yeah, it was pretty close. So we'll see. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Let's head over to Brandon Coin. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Tomorrow is Crypto Fireball Friday. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Probably the Bitcoin halving, because that's what everybody wants to talk about right now. But I'll try to throw together some news and some content and stuff, and we'll figure it out. So I will see you guys tomorrow night. Stay savage, everybody.